team down here that won the county final back in 1995. The big Jewish and the final. This is a girls team in fact. So we're asking to come out and take a bow here now. There are a number of them here tonight. Katrina Havers. Come on Katrina. Lucy Kearney. Come along. Sheena Kearney. Come on down Sheena. One of our star forwards. Ronnie Tull. Great left foot. Always good for a point or two. Mary Doherty Randy. Come on Mary. Put it out here. Take a bow here. Rona Doherty. And Shauna Doherty. What a nice round of applause for the county champions of 1995. The person here now, I'd like to especially welcome as well to I know Mrs. Barnes here, she's one of the she's traveled the whole way from Strabane to the others tonight. Anne Mahaffey.
Absolutely. Davis. Better rollers Davis. Aye, that's right. Enjoyed it. Great night, aye, very good indeed, aye. James McGlinny, he was a county councillor, he had the first television hours. And James left the curtains open that night for us all to look on. The gang was gathered up around the house. The curtains used to always be closed, but this night he left them open for the crowd to watch him. Oh God, that was the good old days. Yeah.
Okay, Patrick, you're enjoying your night on there?
Enjoying the night, aye.
Some of those friends or whatever?
Oh, I've had a few friends already I didn't see in years. Great to see them, aye.
And they had the cows, of course. And went up to the hill, took the tea up to the hill to the men who was cutting the turf. They didn't cut a lot of turf on that hill.
Many of the family was on it?
We were 12. Catherine and John and Mickey, Elsie, Francis, Bridget, Barney, Joe, myself, and George, and Tessie, James, and Hubert.
Big family. It wasn't easy for your mother and father to feed that crowd, was it?
Yes, well, they had a shop.
Yeah.
So, of course, we all worked in the shop when we were needed. And my mother did sewing for Grant's factory in Derry. Shirts were cut in Derry and sent out in dozens. And my mother gave them out to the neighbours, all the neighbours to sew. And they were brought in then and sent back up to Derry. So she was always sewing.
Sewing shirts. There was a factory. Mick had an aunt and she had a factory down there from Grant's in Derry. And she gave out the shirts. We would sew. And all for the, as Mick said a minute ago, for the hall was there a little factory too. You'd sew shirts there. No light, that was a light. No electric, no nothing. And we were happy. Now, I see them running around now and it's a press button, dishwashers, machines, washing machines, and you name it. Thank God I made 2 hands to wash yet. But we had great times. Great times. A dozen of shirts that time, half a crown. Now they're half made before they get them. But we had to start from scratch. Oh yes, but gosh we enjoyed it. Because we didn't know anything better. Compared to now.
Would that be like a wee cottage industry, you know?
I'm sure it would be. No, the people around here would all, everybody had machines. 2 and 3 machines in every house. And then put them back down again to the factory where you got them, and then they would be put away. Mixed people would put them on the train in Clonmany, train was at him, and we'd go back up to Branch and Derry, I suppose, for export.
Sometimes we'd be a rush order on. They wanted the things back, the shirts back, and we would have to go to the houses to get them. We'd be sent to different people's houses to pick them up. And my father carted them in on the donkey and cart into the cross, into the train station to be sent back to Derry. But that was a big lift for the people out at home. They spent money in the shop then, you see, with the money that they got for making the shirts.
That was money coming into the community.
Money coming in all the time, yes.
Yeah. So you've good memories of your mother, though?
Oh, yes. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, she was a lovely woman.
Yes, she was. She was a hard-working woman. I was going to tell you about my mother, about she hung her best coat out outside in the cart house. The cart house was an outhouse with no front to it. It's called a cart house. And she hung it out there to get freshen it up for Sunday Mass. And the girl next door, Bridget Mary Kelly, and myself, cut the lining out of it to make slippers for ourselves. We cut the box that the shoes came in. We used the box the shoes came in and made soles for them.
That was a bright idea, wasn't it?
Wasn't it a bright idea? Wasn't it a good idea when we were found out?
What age were you, Rose, when that began?
Oh, I did. We were about 12, I suppose.
Yeah. Were you scolded?
We got into trouble about it anyway.
Yeah.
I did work for a while in a factory in Buncrana.
You did, yeah?
Right, yes. I think I worked only for about 6 months.
Yeah.
And then things were getting very short of incoming boats to Buncrana. So they weren't getting the orders in from abroad. So I was one of the young ones that had to finish off quick. There was, I think, 10 of us. Some were girls from Clonmany and one from Buncrana or 2. So we had to fix. So I come back down home to work, and there was no time at home to work. The Free State soldiers come in to Leanin. So Pat Gallen decided he was going to put a wee shop up in the fort for, you know, to serve the soldiers for cigarettes and things. So we come out and asked my mother if she knew of anybody that could go and serve there. So she said, aye, she had a daughter. So I worked in Fort Leanin, up in the canteen and the grocery department as well for Pat Gallen and Clonmany. That was, but it was serving the soldiers. They got the cigarettes there. The married women, he sent up tea, sugar, bread and butter and things for them that lived in the married quarters. So I served them as well. So that I served for Pat Gallen a while up in Fort Leanin.
So what did you do when you came home from school then, Jack?
The weather was good, hell, turf. It was a Saturday evening. That time they all cut up here, no boys were there. And for the making them roads up to Allow, that's we used to use them roads for Can down turf. The road they're fixing now for people to walk on.
Where's that, Jack?
Over here above Lenakeil.
Right.
Yeah, that road's all done up now. They're digging up there with the last fortnight.
Alright.
Making a track up to the lakes. We are over the lakes.
I was.
Yeah, we're making a track up there at the lakes. We used to cut turf up there. Yeah. Now, every house around was cutting a turf over there. They go there in the evening, they're roasting that and be hay to do something. A wee bit of hay, there'll be some kind of job for you.
You talk about the lakes, there was a plane come down there during the war, Jack.
I mean that. I had a good Friday.
Was it?
I had over near Dunreen, this, no, it wasn't very far from some of the turf banks. Another boy lived over there. He was over that day working at turf. Mackie Tam, Mackie Donald. Grandfather we made the pub over here or something. He was connected to her. The plane was foggy, the plane had talent, the ball was set off, you remember off and home, left the donkey behind him. The bang, the ball was in heat, they went under fire. I think 8 fellows on it, all held.
Canadians,
that's right. The big head went to Derry, you see. They mistook the water, they came up the swell instead of the boil. They were following the water. Get into La Salle or that dock, or that, an airport up there that time. And they went the wrong direction, they weren't high enough with the fog.
how did you amuse yourself, Jack, when you were a young fella?
Football.
Football?
Football, said they. Down that green down there. We used to go down there in the evenings. I go down on Sunday after coming home, Massive, they'd say 8 o'clock at night. I used to go football steady. But football down there.
Soccer?
Yeah, soccer and played music and then they played hurley. The soldiers usually used to go down hurley section, get an odd game with them with hurleys. That's true, you would get a ball off them. He had no ball. They'd give you old balls, fix them, throw them up.
When you finished school, did you stay and work on the farm then?
Yeah.
Did you ever go away?
I was away a couple of times, so but not so long.
And where did you go?
Hey,
Where did you go to?
I was in Glasgow a while,
Right.
I was in the north a while,
The north of Ireland or the north of Scotland?
North Scotland.
And what were you working on?
Oh, them had their jobs.
Right, right. And was there any other local boys with you?
And Jerry was there on one of the jobs.
Jerry Brennan.
Jerry spent a long time up the north.
Right.
My grandfather, one of them was Donald John, and his wife was Nellie Harkin.
That was Ellen's mother and father.
Aye.
Ellen Doherty's
Yeah.
mother. So
That's that place now, them 2 houses built over beyond Ranties and beside Ranties. I think it's Edward Ranty is. That's where she came from.
right. She was Harkin. Right.
And my other, my grandfather was Shanna Brennan. He was married to Alice O'Donnell.
And where was
That's the
Alice?
Blasters crowd.
Right. Right.
The Blasters lived down there cleaning too, didn't they?
That's right, Dear O'Donnell.
The Blasters, how did they get the name Blasters?
Well, I think that the time of the doing it, I was that, I know it was before the English Army came, but it was the English Army time, it wasn't an Irish Army. See that cutting is there at the bridge, you got the fort down, and then it goes down, cut down to the sea to come out enemy, or at least that's what they were, what thought they were due.
Like a moat.
And it was all hand boring. No jackhammers. That was all bored by hand. 2 shillings a day. That's what you got for your day's pay. And he was a man that was firing the rocks with the powder, you know, running the charges. And that's how he was called the Blaster. See, the pilots too, that's how they got his name, the pilots. There was casting out of them marshes there now, they used to put out on the roadside. Bug war. It was kind of red clay. And then I don't know if they bagged it or not. They really have to bag it. The small boats were sticking out from the Naff Pier in the bags for, you know. And the big boat was outside in the loch, that couldn't come in. So Phil, the pilot, was the man that was, he was kind of the overseer of the wee boats and he was called in the pilot.
And why would they go to the beach in the morning, Patricia?
That was a kind of custom, you know. They would all go to look for timber that time.
That was the time of the war, though,
The time of the war, a lot of boats and things was coming on. And they were torpedoed. There were
Tons of food too.
tons of food and mirrors and big flash lamps and all that.
Tell me, good, okay.
And all that was on them
Yeah.
in the wartime. I was really young, but I meant to go down to there was chocolate on it, Horlicks and all that kind of stuff.
Other times it was as good as going to Tesco's.
Oh, aye, better because we were all free.
Yeah. I remember getting the chocolate.
Aye, chocolate.
Yeah,
And
we scraped ours.
Maggie Ann, she went on a boat and she went away out because the boat went away with her. And somebody had to take her in. She was as hard as she could cut things after the boat. There were all kinds of food on that boat. Wee boats are all on in the morning from the people going down, and mine Ellen go down to the height. And that's all the far she would go. And she would, they would leave the stuff up on the height, and she would carry them to the house.
Right.
She was young this time, you know.
Brian Doherty, Tom. And I went to school here. The only place I did go to school was here. Good memories of the school here. Master Roy taught me here. I hardly ever mind getting a slap. I think he was a great man. A lot of people didn't think much of him, but I think he was a great man. And I have good memories of the school here. Going to school here. Never took a truck to school in that weather. That was earlier days.
Patsy Doherty Davis. I think I started here in 1953 or 54. I'm not sure, was I 4 or 5? But that time I went in the bare feet in the summertime. Maggie the Master, and then Mrs. Kerr, and then Tom Boy. Tom's wife was here too, Stacey, at the time. I think she taught us for a short time too.
You came home from school?
And well, if it was October time, you'd be digging spuds, in September, October. And in September time, you'd be at the harvest, corn, and during the summer, you'd have to go to the bog. Spend most of the time in the bog, working with turf. And I suppose in the winter time, we hadn't a lot to do together, had we?
You did well beside the house. A lot of people spend a lot of time carrying water.
We were lucky enough, we had a good spring well beside the house. And a really dry summer, the other wells in the town land would all go dry, and they'd come to our well for water. But they would only use that water for cooking and tea and that, you know. They would take water from the river for washing. But
you make money out of that, so then you're
there was big money out of that.
I remember when I was going to school, my mother used to chase me away to school. My father would tell me to stay at home, do something. And at 11 o'clock, when I'd get out, the first break at 5 to 11, when I'd get out, my father would be sitting out on the bicycle with one leg up on the wall. Come on, boy, take me home again.
we had sheep and
my mother wanted me to go, and fella didn't want me to.
You wanted your own, that's what all about.
Yeah.
But we had a few years in Rockton that time in Hull. And the lambing time, Bernard and we would be sent up to check to see if there's any lambs, to keep an eye on the ewes. And we were up this day anyways, and Bernard says to me, we'll stay up. The boys will be all going to school when we get down, we'll get the day off. And we watched from the Hull, all the Lena ones going over to school. And we thought it was safe enough to go down now home, and we would get the day off. They were all up, nobody thought we seen on the road, so my mother got out with the broom and she followed the two of us over the road to school. Bernard didn't want to go. Your father was on plough below the road that time with two horses. And he shouted up to me, mother, give it to them, Bridget, give them the brush. I didn't mind going, but Bernard didn't want to go.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose being the oldest of the family, you were always at a disadvantage. You were the biggest and you were expected to do more work than the younger ones. You had to help out and farming, and we used to cut shrubs down in the moss. That was the summer's job. But I suppose the high point of the story was going up to Sarah Farn's in the evening to pitch horseshoes.
Horseshoes were a big
hobby. Horseshoes was a big hobby.
Yeah. And the pitching pennies for the older boys.
Yes.
As an emigrant, I miss my home in Ireland, and my fond relations too, I miss them all. And the valleys and the glens with all their beauty, and my birthplace, the lovely Donegal. Just to hear again the fiddlers from the mountains, with their songs and melodies of years gone by, and the fragrance fragrance of the turf out on the moorland. Sure, these memories bring teardrops to my eye. Many years ago I crossed that mighty ocean. My wanderlust responding to the call, just to sit and dream of home and all my kinfolk, and my birthplace, the lovely Donegal. Just to spend an hour again down in the tavern and listen to the tales the old men tell, and to join again that merry mountain laughter. And Donegal, the place I love so well. But before I die, I know I will return there, just to see again the beauty of it all. I will buy a plot of land down by the churchyard, and I'll rest in peace in lovely Donegal. Oh, how I miss my lovely Donegal.
Came back every year specifically for the Gap for at least the last 25 years.
Yeah. You and your mother?
Me and your mother, yes, I. And my wife and my sons when they were smaller.
Oh, well, I used to go up with my mother. Walk after her, behind.
What was your mother's name?
Mary.
Mary what?
Dorothy.
You may do the chorus well enough.
Nah, I'm going to run away stone. Yes.
And the bare feet. You done that on the bare feet.
Oh, I'm going to run the stones and things, so
Saying the rosary. We did throw up a wee stone then too.
I left my wee stone and throw it in.
That's right.
Must be up before Jimmy Kelly.
He'll be part if we don't get.
That's right, he'll be part, aye.
Hey, what do you say?
He'll be part if we don't get in front of him.
Who's that?
Jimmy Kelly.
Kelly.
Oh, right. Right. You want to get up before Jimmy?
Eh?
You must get up there before Jimmy.
Yeah, get up before Jimmy. So it'll be nice and close to the
well.
Oh, well, the well.
The statue, yes.
And he's what the priest is saying in there.
That's right. Sometimes Jimmy be up before you.
You know.
Eh?
We try and beat him though.
Okay, Kitty, it's been nice talking to you.
Thank you very much.
And hope you enjoy your wee stay up in the Gap.
Yes, I hope so.
Yeah, and please God we'll see you back next year.
I hope so.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
The lights of London are far behind, but thoughts of homeland are crowding my mind. familiar faces come into view. I see my home now, soon I'll see you. We'll talk to the old folks, they're getting on, and treat them to late nights and sing a few songs. We'll talk of the neighbors and life in the town. There's so much to tell them, the days lag around. This is my homeland, the place I was born in. No matter where I go, it's in my soul.
On the 15th of August, we had the rosary and hymns. And there would be up to 100 people there. The priest would come up and say the rosary. Father Maguire was one.
15th of August we would go for the Gap. Another big day was the 29th of June, the feast of St. Peter and St. Paul. As you know, that was cut out. And we used to look forward to all those feast days. And the Gap, Mamor, everybody got up there, and then everybody would sing songs and up and down to the foot of the Gap, and then there's an old fiddler, and he would fiddle, and everybody would start dancing on this ground. And it was great.
When I was young, there was just the Gap, a straight green road out. In later years there was one put away round and round sideways and done by the council. And there's a wee altar, a wee built-in place for altar, and there was statues and everything in it, you know. And there was a well, and that well was blessed by St. Columkill. They said he came through the Gap to come down to Urris, and he was very thirsty, and he stopped and got a big hole of water, and he stopped and got a drink before he got down to Urris from down the Gap. So then the men down in Urris heard about him stopping, so they made it a wee well, because there was a spring always came up with water, lovely clear water, and I remember that. So that was, they were up then and they called it the Thurs. Thurs is a Gaelic word, and I think it actually means visiting or something round the way. But sometimes a priest used to go up from Urris and he put the rosary round. The Thurs is a Gaelic word, is a sort of a prayer round the well and that, you know, and someone puts the rosary around. So my mum would take me away across into the other side of the Gap for to meet my cousin Mary Ann Aid.
bless you all, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Thank God for a lovely evening. God bless you.
What did you do when you were up there?
Well, we have the Father Morris, Father McGaughey and Father Quinn, the three priests goes up and all the place is packed. Recite the rosary and then sing a hymn at the finish. Oh, that's a good well. There's supposed to be a cure on it.
Will you be up this year?
And please God, I would never miss it. Call into Neil and have a cup of tea.
How you doing, Wally?
Grand.
I know you're still a young man, but
Right.
when was the first time you come up here, Wally?
Oh, 40 years ago.
Yeah. Always been a tradition in here in Urris, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And the best of technique here before the week.
That's right.
Hello, Jimmy.
Hello, Hugh.
How you doing?
Not so bad.
You're coming up here a long time now, are you?
Coming every year.
From when?
Oh, 30 years. Maybe longer.
Has the crowds got bigger or smaller, Jimmy?
I think the crowd got bigger.
Have they?
Yeah, I think so.
You went to school in Tiernasligo?
In Tiernasligo. I did.
Any memories of that, Jimmy?
Not much memories of that. No.
And did you ever go to any other schools in Urris?
No, I did not. Just Urris.
Did you skate school?
I did, and out there.
You and who?
Oh, me and a few boys, they're all away now, all the boys. Some of them dead.
So you had a wee school of your own, had you?
School of our own.
What did you call it?
Billy's Craw.
And how long would you skate at one time?
Maybe 1 or 2 days a week.
And would the teacher not miss you?
Master sure, he came over one day and lifted us.
Tell us about that.
Master Hoy. Came to the school, came to the old crown and lifted us. He said there'll be no need for the school, Tiernasligo School, if we stay where we are. He took us all onto the car and took us all to the school. Never said nothing.
And did you learn much at the Crow?
I learned nothing.
Did you learn anything at Tiernasligo?
Not very much.
Oh, Kitty.
Hello?
You got up anyhow?
Yes.
You're a happy lady now, so then?
Yes.
You've been coming here a long time, haven't you?
Years.
Many?
Oh, many couldn't remember.
Okay, Kitty. Enjoy yourself up here, Kitty.
Thank you very much.
I'm from Urris side.
How you doing? What's your name?
Doherty, Susan Doherty.
When was the last time you were here, Susan?
Last year. Oh, 2 years ago.
Do you remember coming here as a little girl, do you?
No.
How you do?
I have to get down here.
Did you go to school in Urris, Sabina?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
I went to school. I worked out here for over 5 years.
And what age were you then, Mina?
Well, I was 7.5 when I went to school. Because I was on my own.
And you walked from where?
Clough. I walked from Clough out here every morning. And I used to meet other girls there at the foot of the gap. Ones that come over from Keel. And walked out to school then. Back up again, I come up this road myself there.
And the same in the winter time?
Yeah.
It'd be dark when you got home, you know, wasn't it?
It was dark. Some nights I used to stay down in houses in Urris, you know. Stay in different houses. There would be a school along with the girls.
And you done that to what age you were?
15.
You left school?
Yes.
Not many people do that now, Mina. They'll be ringing home for their lift.
Come on, Mum, it pick me up.
Okay, Mina, good luck.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Gracious God, rest in peace. Amen.
There were
People of all ages gathered round the gable wall, poor and humble men and women, little children that you call. We gathered here before you, and our hearts are just the same, filled with joy at such a vision as we praise your name. Golden Rose, Queen of Ireland, all my cares and troubles cease as we live with love before you, Lady of Love, my Queen of Peace.
Give her a clap.
That's a bad at all. And a Duffy.
Hannah Duffy.
Duffy.
What was your name before you were Duffy?
Dorothy.
Everybody in Urris must have been Dorothy. My mother was Dorothy.
Whatever
too.
we're doing below the chapel direction.
You're not going to tell me not. You're a typical Urris woman. You've got to keep your cards close to your chest.
Eh?
Huh?
I was in Cross-Connell School.
Oh, you went to Cross-Connell School, did you?
Played the pub, aye.
You didn't go to Tiernasligo School then?
No, I didn't, no. I'm from Roxton, you see.
Right.
We went to Cross-Connell School.
And you enjoyed the day up at the Gap, I mean?
I did, aye.
Will you be up next year?
Maybe in a while.
You will sure be off, please go up.
The days lie around. This is my homeland, the place I was born in. No matter where I go, it's in my soul. My feet may wander a thousand places, but my heart will lead me back home to my Donegal. And then tomorrow we'll take a walk down to St. Mary's, to a sheltered spot. We'll kneel and pray there for the ones who have gone, and hope they are proud of their wandering son. This is my homeland, the place I was born in. No matter where I go, it's in my soul. My feet may wander a thousand places, but my heart will lead me back home to my Donegal. This is my homeland, the place I was born in. No matter where I go, it's in my soul. My feet may wander a thousand places, but my heart will lead me back home to my Donegal. My heart will lead me back home to my Donegal.
It is because of the faith of our ancestors that we are here. St. Paul reminds us that faith comes from hearing. Our faith tells us that in death life is changed, not ended. Today we remember the recently deceased. We remember those long dead, those who shared our childhood years, those who were our companions and friends during our adult years, those who served as priests in this parish, those who shared our faith, our hopes for the future, those who gave us love and received our own, our relatives, friends, neighbours, and those with no one to pray for them. As we share these memories, we know that part of us has gone into eternity and part of them remains with us. By our presence here, we are making sacramental in a very concrete way our communion with them in the risen Christ. This is a sacred event, a great expression of faith in resurrection and eternal life. It is also a social occasion. May God speak to our hearts as we think of the mystery of death and ask Him to remember, and in remembering, to forgive and reward.
Amen.
Never missed nothing in the church. And I remember the children get half an hour before Mass would start with catechism. Now, and all the school children be in the front seat. They had to walk into Kilmany to Mass, into the chapel. Walk. My mother walked. They had to go off their shoes and walk in the bare feet to the Gorisms. Used to show the big bridge, and then they put every kind of shoes they put on them then. Walk in to Kilmany. And can you imagine walking from Keel, from Sandytown? And I heard a woman, there were no clocks, nobody had no clocks or nothing in those days, not at all. But I remember her saying, she told her niece over at the chapel that when she was in Crossgunner, the rooster started to crow and she knew it was 6 o'clock in the morning. So that poor creature didn't sleep all night. Nobody had missed Mass in those days.
When she was away by you, it may have been the last of them about. But there was plenty of them around through Urris. We was away back years ago, you know. Had their apparatus or their waving machines in their own homes. done their weaving, you know. Well, what could be then? The shoemaker and the carpenter. That was always needed.
Would there be many of them in the area?
And for a cooper for making churns, or whatever you call them, the old churn for churning, the buttermilk, the milking. Oh, plenty of shoemakers, crepes, yes, or maybe one on every quarter land. It was all hobnailed boots and leather shoes. And he, poor shoemaker, was cobbling away the best he could, keeping them fixed up. Especially not to them anyway. There weren't so many shoes wore in the summer. The young crowd was running around the bare feet. At school too.
You're able to make baskets.
Oh God, yeah.
Who taught you to do that?
I made one there yesterday, a creel, a small one.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And who taught you to do that?
Hey?
Who taught you to do that?
Well, Daniel Dunjohn, there's my uncle. I seen him making them. And there was another man up here, Paddy Harkin. I seen him making them, so I watched him and got started.
Would they put them down on donkeys, would they?
Oh, aye. And there were no bottoms in them, you see. They were turned upside down on the two sides, one each side donkey. And on this here, it was a timber. And a stick in it, and you pulled the two sticks and let the turf out, and put on the thing in here and head up for turf. Well, the donkeys got put them into turf out of balls.
Did you ever thatch a house, John, did you?
Hey?
Did you ever thatch?
No. No, I was no good at thatching.
Anybody around here was good at thatching, was there?
Oh, Pat Crow over there was thatching. We Pat.
Who would have thatched them houses over at the gap there now?
I don't know who's at them now. Pat used to do them, him and Jim Stoffy. I don't know who's at them now. No. No, them there will just put it us too. Made on a hook of a bike. You know, basically a wheel. Right, to get the spokes out of it. And then at the cross here, it was finished. A big pot. A big 10-gallon pot. They're cleaned outside. And sometimes they used to take the basket outside and put it on a farm and clean the produce through and dump the spuds out then on it. Bring it into the house then and the whole crowd ate the spuds then out of it.
You can't enough I set the table. It was always a basket in the middle of the floor, and we all sat round it. Big basket of potatoes, and them all laughing at you, kind of breaking the skins. Men used to come round with the salt herring, and you would steep them overnight with cold water to take some of the salt out of them, and then you would in the morning you would dry them off and take the heads off them, and you would get the tongues like that, and you would put. And that was the way they would do it, and this would be a big turf and a nice fire, and you would put the herring across the tongues like that.
That's very interesting, yeah.
And that was the way, and you could eat them till you would burst.
So yourself and Oni had a great childhood. You were well fed, the pair of you.
Wouldn't swap it for anything.
Wouldn't swap it for anything.
We didn't have fancy food, but we got plenty of eggs, butter and things like that, and milk and buttermilk. But none of us drunk milk, milk for tea or dinner. We all got a bowl of buttermilk. When my mother's Aunt Kate was going to America, she took her own blanket and her own pillow, and her mother baked her an oaten cake scone, and that scone had to do it for the 9 days she was on the sea. Yes. She just ate a bit of that oat cake or oat scone till she landed. Right. And that was the only food they got. And I'll tell you something, it was lovely. The Indian porridge was something to talk about. And we all used to wait till it'd be near finished, till we get the scrape into the pot. We thought that was the best bit of it.
My great-grandfather was Uman Ban. He lived here with the family during that time as well.
He was a weaver, Dad, was he?
He had a room down in the lower room there, and he did all the weaving, and he lived to be 102. And he got to a stage when he was very old, he couldn't go to Mass. When Mass would be on in Urris Chapel, he used to, we heard my mother say many a time, he would take a chair out to the middle of the road, and he'd kneel down on the chair, facing Urris Chapel during Mass. And he lived to be 102.
The great faith, though, Dad. The great.
Oh, yes.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
And Granny, would you
The windows are shuttered, the grasses are high. No smoke from the chimney curls up to the sky. The fences are bending, now I on the stairs at my little old house in need of repair. The scenery is pretty, the trees they are grand. If you fish in the river, then you'll understand. The clothesline swings high by the house in the wind. The children are gone now, there's no one within. I sit by the river and think of the past, knowing a few more years may be my last. So sadness departs and peace fills my soul, for the little old homestead and I have grown old. I sit on the doorstep, my thoughts wander through the passing of time and the days that I knew. Through the soft stillness comes the song of a bird, the echoes of sweetness I so often heard. Now the years they have passed so quickly, you see. Nobody knows what this all means to me. The memories are warm and the facts they are cold, that you and your homestead one day will grow. I sit by the river and think of the past, knowing a few more years may be my last. So sadness departs and peace fills my soul, for the little old homestead and I have grown old. I sit by the river and think of the past, knowing a few more years may be my last. So sadness departs and peace fills my soul, for the little old homestead and I have grown old.